Nationwide, 2 out of 3 adults in the U.S. are overweight. 1 out of these 3 are obese.
Obesity is a prevalent problem everywhere. It's not just one country that's affected by it, many are.
Obesity has reached epidemic proportions, with 2.8 million people dying each year.
Not just America is having this problem. Australia is affected by 25.9% of their population, and Saudi Arabia is 31.5%, along with Spain being 24.4%.
With a balanced and healthy diet with fruits, vegetables, unsaturated fats, grains, and nuts, you can prevent obesity.
In 1990, obese adult males made up less than 15% of the U.S. population. By 2010, 36 states had obesity rates of 25% or higher, and 12 of those states had 30% or higher.
As seen in the graphs, the USA, the United Kingdom, Australia, Russia, and Germany all lead in the obesity epidemic. According to foodinsight.org, American consumers have many reasons for obesity. Lifestyle demands are overwhelming. There is no time for healthier options. They believe that good health is important, but not as important as other things in their lives.
So, as a fellow American, how often do you eat fast food?
Too often. Maybe once a week.
Almost never.
I don't often eat fast food, except sometimes late on the weekends I end up at McDonald's.
Sad to say, I eat fast food at least once a week.
And as a consumer,
probably every couple of weeks.
how do you think as a food industry influences the amount of fatty foods you eat?
I think people are left with very little choice when they go out to eat.
I think the food industry would like for kids to eat better. I think the school system and their food programs, they're trying to do it. The problem is children are not used to eating well, so they're used to the fatty foods, and that's all they will eat. But I would say it'd be better if families ate at home more, family time together, sitting at a table, mom fixing real food and not junk food. And I think that would make a huge difference in the obesity problem we have today.
Don't get me started on the food industry. I stopped eating meat and I'm slowly progressing to vegan. I've cut out meat and eggs from my diet. I think the food industry is terrible for the environment and needs to be changed.
Mainly by, pushing things. It's the commercials. You see things and you're like, oh, I want to go out and get that.
Experts from ConAgra explain the food industry's role on the fight against obesity. They explain that the food industry should be helping consumers make healthy decisions.
Thompson, the CEO of McDonald's, denies that McDonald's is a reason for childhood obesity, but rather parents are responsible for what foods children consume. He personally states that he is a parent of 2 children. He knows what his kids eat, and he would bring his kids to McDonald's now and then because food is high quality, safe, and there's many choices. He would let his kids have burgers and fries as long as they are active and they are moving. There's nothing wrong with having some fries. Burgers and fries are an American staple.
Okay, Christopher Murray, the director of the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluations at Washington, Seattle, has stated that the U.S. leads the world in obesity. The rates are increasing among men, women, and children in rich countries, also in poor countries. Obesity is more common in developed countries rather than poorer countries, but is rising in both. In the U.S. and other developed countries, obesity has slowed down, but in developing countries, it has accelerated. A major cause of obesity is that food has become more cheap relative to income. A senior economist states it's not just cheaper in terms of money, but it's more accessible and is more available all the time. Dr. A. Ramachandra's Diabetes Hospital and India Diabetes Research Foundation states that the great burdens of obesity-related disorders such as diabetes, hyperextension, and cardiovascular diseases, and they develop at younger ages in the Western population. Obesity is an epidemic of the 21st century due to attributed to shifts in diet and lifestyle changes, such as being underweight when born and then gaining weight rapidly in the childhood. This promotes development of obesity and associated metabolic complications. World Health Organization, also known as WHO, in 2005, stated that there are about 1.6 overweighted persons about 15 years and above, and among at least 400 million were obese. Countries need to educate their people on this worldwide epidemic. Government action needs to be taken to reduce the numbers of people with obesity. Bottom line, eating healthy and doing physical activity is essential for your health. Did you know? Put your hand.
I know, huh? Obesity is a prevalent problem everywhere. Olivia, turn around.
Obesity has reached epidemic.
Do you think
Good.
being an African American male, you have more of a rate of being obese, or is that not?
Sure, that is true.
Okay.
That is true. Absolutely. And why? I wish I could answer that question. I don't know. It's just statistics on that one.